Hey guys, I need to finally bring you up to speed on something. Our supporters have been aware of this for about a year now, but we have now officially transitioned back to the United States and we've left Haiti. And it's hard, it's hard even to say those words because when we went to Haiti almost 7 years ago, we burned the ships. We sold everything we had and we went to Haiti, but now we've left. And the reason for that actually is something really exciting that I can't wait to tell you about, something that's actually been in motion now for a couple years. It actually has nothing to do with the security situation. I want to save that for another video. That one's coming. But in this video, I want to talk about what it was like to leave, because leaving Haiti was far more difficult than staying ever was. Let me roll it back a couple months for you.
Guys, I don't know if you can see this. It is cold here in Kansas. It's like 35 degrees here in Kansas City. This is crazy. I think I gotta fix this. Now that is what I'm talking about. But hang on. That's a lot better. All right, let's go see what things look like.
Now, one of the first places I went was to the church because of the security environment. I didn't want to really put anybody on camera, but it was so good to see everybody.
Comment nous y est? Pas vrai, oui. Comment il est?
Papa dans le movie, oui.
Non.
Il movie, oui.
Il est, yeah?
Donc là, il y a le movie bien ici.
Oh. From ready. Oh! Comment il est? C'est pas vous-même capuché?
Non, c'est pas moi.
Luke, nice to meet you.
The situation in Haiti it's much worse now than ever before. It's terrible there right now, and you see it everywhere you go. On Sunday morning at church, attendance is way down because with the kidnapping issues going on, people don't want to leave their homes any more than they have to. And for us, this past fall, we realized, hey, we're not going to be able to bring the kids back the way it is right now. And that wasn't our plan. Our plan was to go back as a family, to gradually pack up the house together, let the kids say their goodbyes, and have a nice, gentle exit out of the country. The reality was, I ended up going back myself, and instead of a couple months, I had a couple weeks.
All my days, I've been held in your hands from the moment that I wake up.
Now, even though I only had a couple weeks to pack things up, everything went super smooth. We had all kinds of friends that came out to help. We made the decision, instead of trying to sell all of our stuff, we ended up giving away about 95% of what we own. And finally, at the end of this week, we got everything gathered that we were going to bring back to the States, and I was ready to get it on a plane and get it home.
All right, we're about all loaded up. I got this car here loaded, and then we've got another truck here loaded. We got to take all this stuff down to the airport, get it weighed, and get ready to go on a cargo flight tomorrow.
Up until that point, everything had been going super smooth. I got our cargo checked in. The next day, I met with the landlord, did a final walkthrough of the house.
Well, last time in front of my house. I'd love living in that house.
Well, the smoothness ended right then.
Okay, I'm going straight to the chapel. I just came out of the intersection of 75 and there were shots fired, and I am out of there now and I'm moving fast. I am safe, but I am moving fast, and I'm going to go straight back to the chapel and get myself down to the airport.
I just came through an intersection, and literally 30 seconds after I came through it, I could see in the rear view somebody came out in the middle of the intersection and started opening up, firing shots. Everybody was spinning around trying to get out of there. I saw one Land Cruiser drive right up over the median and almost flip over trying to get out of there. Man, my adrenaline is pumping. I'm safe at the church now. I got my ride coming to get me so I can go down to the airport. It was not fun. Now, at this point, I could see that the security chats on my phone were blowing up. Unrest was breaking out all over the city, and I thought, man, if I don't hurry up and get down to the airport soon, I may not get there at all because the roads may be blocked and I may not even be able to get across town.
More than 100 police officers took to the street of Port-au-Prince yesterday to protest the killings of more than a dozen of their colleagues by Haitian gangs.
Demonstrators burnt tires, blocked streets, and broke through the gates of the Prime Minister's residence.
So he came and got me, and we made our way slowly, carefully across town using only the back roads, and we missed most of the roadblocks. But after a few minutes, we arrived at the airport, and I began to breathe a sigh of relief. I breathed a sigh of relief because throughout all of the unrest over the past 5 years, nothing had ever happened at the airport. What I didn't realize is that that was about to change.
I'm sitting here in the airport, just got something on our security chat that said supposedly a crowd has breached the airport. I don't see any evidence of that here inside. Let's see how it goes.
As soon as I walked out onto the tarmac, I looked and I could see the smoke. And that's when I realized that whatever was going on outside the airport was bigger than I realized.
Police officers dressed in civilian clothes flooded the city to demand reforms. They want officials to hold local gangs accountable for violence and crimes committed against police officers.
According to the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres' latest report on Haiti, the police force remains overstretched.
I looked, I could see a motorcade coming from our left. It ended up coming and pulling up and parking right in front of us. And then I saw the charge d'affaires of the American Embassy get out and go up into the building. He must have just landed and needed to be processed for immigration or something like that. And so we knew nothing was going to move until this motorcade was out of the way. And so they ended up pulling me into a little office there where the pilots come and file their paperwork for the flight. And we just held there for a couple minutes until things were clear.
Looks like he just landed, so everything's kind of shut down, come to a halt. Huge security, huge convoy. Now I can see my plane right there. I can't get to it yet. I gotta wait till everything kind of chills out here. They're burning tires outside the gate. I can see smoke down by the small terminal right now. I can't believe this is how it is on my last day here. It's crazy.
I could feel the tension building as we're sitting in the room. I'm listening to the chatter going around. Some people are saying that they have invaded the airport. Some people are saying that they've invaded the diplomatic room. And so finally we got the signature we needed on the paperwork, and the pilot and I left the room and headed for the plane.
All right, everybody's telling us to start the plane and get going. It looks like there's one rumor out there that they breached the gate. I don't think it's true. I can see smoke up there, but we're gonna get this plane on the road and get out of here.
This is absolutely insane. As I'm walking onto the plane, the guy told me that they've breached the diplomatic room, which is right over there, which means they're into a secure part of the airport now. So we got our clearance. We should be able to fire the engines up and get in the air. This is nuts.
Clear.
I love your voice. You will lead me through the fire, and in darkest night, you were close like no other. I've known you as a father, I've known you as a friend, and I have lived in the goodness of God. Yeah.
I cannot believe the events of this morning. The air. Go back to the second again.
As we were flying away from Port-au-Prince, I found myself feeling grateful. because once again, the Lord had brought us through another crisis. But at the same time, I felt conflicted. Years ago, as Haiti started to fall apart, we said then, and we've said repeatedly since then, that God has called us to these people and to this place, and we're going to ride it out with them. And that's what we've been doing. And we've never regretted that. And yet this time, as things were falling apart again, I was on a plane going the other way. And there's a part of me that wanted the pilot to turn around. It reminded me of something Jonathan Katz said in his book. Haiti was a country that you couldn't leave once you'd arrived, even if you wanted to. It was a place that grabbed hold of you and didn't let go. It was a place that had broken my heart 1,000 times over, and yet I loved it still. After a couple hours of a flight, we touched down there in Fort Pierce, Florida. My father had flown down the day before and met me there, and the next day we rented a truck and started the drive back to Kansas City. And I remember as we were driving north out of Florida, I was still feeling kind of bad about leaving it all behind. And we stopped in Atlanta to see my friend Gali. And as we visited with Gali, I found that I began to see things a little bit differently. This guy, Gali, if you are looking for a coder, this guy right here, Fred Georgia Tech graduate, you're not going to find a better coder. This guy is better than Mark Zuckerberg, right? Is that the way, is that true?
Yes, exactly. Like when you graduate from Georgia Tech, they just give you the certificate that you're better than Mark Zuckerberg.
That's right. He's on the wall over there.
Oh, I will send you a picture sometime.
Gali was a close friend, one of many friends that we've invested in over the years in Haiti. And I began to realize that through the beauty of disciple making, we had been taking some of what God had put in us, and we had been pouring it out and investing it in the many relationships that we have there. And in a sense, it wasn't so much that we were leaving Haiti, but through that beauty of disciple making, that investment stayed behind. That brings us here to Kansas City, Missouri. What are we doing here? And why did we leave Haiti? That I'm gonna have to keep for another video. And I can't wait to tell you about it. It's super exciting. You have to trust me on that. And it has everything to do actually with disciple making and missions. So stay tuned for that one. It's coming. Thanks so much for watching this one though. We love you guys. We'll see you in the next one.